Y'all already see the title. Y'all already see the thumbnail. I'm not gonna waste some of y'all time, so let's get straight into it.
Anybody that's shooting for something extremely high, you have to start with a
little irrational.
A little irrational, because if you were to let logic or rationality, you wouldn't make it, because
too many
everything
obstacles.
The numbers, the odds.
You can't do that.
The odds aren't in your favor. It's a strength. I still have the same delusion from when I was 6 and 12.
I do feel that. I feel like in order to become successful, it does come with a slight sense of delusion, because you have to already see yourself there before actually being there, before anybody else see you there or whatever. Now, it's good when you got people in your corner, but that's not necessarily always the case. So I do understand them on that part. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
That's it. How did it feel to you? Let me think. Don't think.
Yo, smacking them is crazy.
Let me think. Don't think. Feel. It is like a finger pointing away to the moon. Don't concentrate on the finger, or you will miss all that heavenly glory.
Don't count yourself out. You gonna have people ignore, like, think trying to like take you away from your blessings. Don't count yourself out. Look.
Dead ass broke, bro, with no money, no power, no food at the crib, food stamps. Mama she don't got no car. She don't know where the fuck next meal coming from. Lamborghini, but them niggas used to be bums, bro. Like, nigga, them niggas used to be bums, nigga. I used to be a fucking bum, bro.
As humans, one of the exclusive skills that we have.
It is crazy. Like I said in other videos, I dead ass watched him come up from the beginning, so that is crazy what he's gonna do. When I found out about Phantom, he already was kind of like doing his thing. And I kind of seen Kai when he was like coming up, but I didn't pay too much attention to him. Just being honest about it. Y'all let me know if y'all knew about him beforehand or what. Y'all let me know in the comment section.
That no other creature on this earth has is the ability to analyze and think about situations over an extended period of time. But see, if your gift is not used in the right way, then it will eventually turn into a curse. Overthinking is something we do in society due to various reasons, like, you know, Instagram baddies saying they want a man that's 6'6", 6 feet tall, 6 inches, and makes over 6 figures a year. Men saying they want a big booty Latina who is basically just a sex robot who cooks, clean, and sucks dick. To be successful in life.
Oh, wow. I never looked at it like that. Is that true for one of y'all out there? For men or women? Is that true for y'all? Is that what y'all want? Y'all let me know.
Is to be happy, to be fulfilled, to experience love. We get so...
I wouldn't mind me a big booty Latina. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wouldn't say they just sex robots too, because like it's a stereotype to them. They be like acting all crazy and stuff. So, I don't know. Y'all let me know though.
Used to having to think about stuff to make things happen, or so we think we thought it into existence. And to be fair, sometimes it is that thinking that allows us to advance in this life, but I found more times than not, it is not even close to that is what gets us this far. It is not our own thoughts and ideas that we are communicating through various art forms and words, but we are merely just the mediums for these ideas to speak through that want to be heard. So often what gets in your way to take that final step to walk through the door to get what you want after waiting your turn is quite literally the same thing that got us this far. Thinking. Your gift can be just as easily your curse. I know this sounds backwards right now, but let me explain the art of not thinking.
Before you get into it, I think he's gonna talk about in the sense of just, if it comes to your mind, bro, just do it. Kind of like Nike, like just do it. Just do it. Whatever comes to your mind, if you think it's a good idea, just go ahead and act on it. If it's trash, let it be trash, and then you never got to deal with it again. Or if you really believe in something, just continue to go forward. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think he's about to get into. But yeah, that's what I think. Y'all let me know what y'all thinking so far. And I have to pause and I have to yap. It just, you can't just upload somebody's content. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try not to yap as much. I see the comments. So I try not to yap as much, but we gotta, you know what I'm saying? We gotta talk about it.
On August 29th, 1958, in Gary, Indiana, a star was born, a Virgo, an angel some would call. This kid at the age of 5 could already dance better than most grown men.
That's crazy. And I think he a Virgo too, Alex the Virgo. And then I'm guessing this is Michael Jackson. Already looking at it, this looks like Michael Jackson.
Stage presence at 5 that most artists today aspire to get one day. And if none of this by itself impressed you, well, just wait till the kid actually opened his mouth to sing. a god was created. I know there's the ongoing joke of Michael's dad, Joseph, with a belt in one hand and a guitar in the other, saying, you know what I'm saying, you better get these moves right, and if you don't, I'm gonna whoop your ass. But regardless, Michael genuinely had a love for music, dancing, and expressing himself through these art forms. You could hear it in his melodies. The pain that was caused for the advancement of his music from his childhood was also his therapy. His curse was also his gift. But you don't get to that level of Michael Jackson talent-wise, success-wise, with just pure thinking or even practice. And I want to make it clear for all of you reactors probably watching this right now with y'all Lego my ego head ass who finna sit here and say, well, you gotta work, bro, don't neglect the execution. The work will naturally be there.
Lego my ego is crazy. Nigga said Lego my ego.
And the love is there, which Michael had. But more importantly, the work will...
Kyrie really did that. He stood on basketballs and bounced to others. When did he do this?
Naturally be there when the love is there, which Michael had. But more importantly, Michael didn't think about his art. He let it naturally come to him. Most of Michael Jackson's biggest well-known songs were spurts of inspiration.
How do you write a song?
How do I write a song? Well, if I sat here and played some chords, whatever, and say, I'm going to write the best song I've ever written, nothing happens. Something in the heavens has to say, look, this is the time that this is going to be laid on you, and this is when I want you to have it. Now, I remember when I wrote...
I ain't gonna lie, quick intermission, we're going to get back to the video, but do y'all think if Michael Jackson was around today, do you think he would be a big part of the, like, the transgender LBTGQ movement? It's just a question that came across my head. I'm not putting nothing on him. I'm just, as I'm looking right now, just watching this, it's just a thought that came through my head. I'm giving y'all my true and authentic thoughts. We're not being fake around here. And I'm asking y'all a question. Do y'all think he would have been a part of that movement? Or if y'all are part of that movement, y'all let me know. But I'm just saying, do y'all think he would have been a part of that? It's just a question that came across my head, so I'm asking y'all. Y'all let me know in the comment section.
Billie Jean, I was riding in my car down Ventura Boulevard. All I said to myself beforehand, I want to write a song with a great bass hook, you know, and I just let it go, really. And then several days later, you know, you know, the whole
Where did that come from?
From above. See, the thing is, artists seem to get in the way of the music. Get out of the way of the music. You know, don't write the music. Let the music write itself.
The dance as well?
Yeah, same.
When you don't think, you enter a state of openness, a flow state, some call it, to receive the right messages at the right time.
A flow state, I've definitely heard of that flow state, especially referring to gaming and referring to sports. Especially like when you hooping or something, you in that flow state and you feel like you just can't miss a shot. Or like when it comes to gaming and you just feel like you just, even if you're not winning every match, you going crazy on all your kills. Or if you play 2K, like you just greening everything. You know what I'm saying? I definitely heard of flow state.
If your phone's on do not disturb because you're so busy up there, well, then you could miss the call that'll change your life. The same goes for the ideas and thoughts that you need to receive at the right time to accomplish the dream and goal that you've been working for and waiting for so long. But we often get tricked into thinking that we need to think harder, we need to grind harder, we need to force this work. And that could be the case for some, but if this video found you, I don't think that's so. When you watch Michael Jackson dance, sing, and talk, everything is put together and on point, but it's also very smooth and open and up for interpretation. Effortless, you could even say. You never hear Michael trying to sing good, you know what I mean? He's being an instrument for the creative energy to work through him to convey a message to people. And look at how many hearts he impacted, how many lives he saved and changed. But if he tried to think about any of these things, just as he said, they never would have came. You can't rationalize.
Facts, because a lot of his songs, I ain't gonna lie, are extremely abnormal, but I love them. I love them. Like the one that be like, I think it's Man to Man with like, if you want to make the world a better place, gotta look at yourself and make a change. You gotta get it right while you got the time. If you close your eyes, then you close your mind. I love that part. Boy, I remember that part used to bring me to tears. I used to be thinking like, why? How did you think of that? Who thinks of that? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know.
Love. You can't rationalize abundance. It's like trying to rationalize why the earth makes trees create oxygen for us to live. Why is there so many trees for so many animals? There's no logical reason except love. When my mom was first teaching me and my sister how to swim, one of the first things she taught us was how to float. And what determined if you were going to sink or if you were going to float is how still you could be, how much you could turn off your brain and not think, how much could you let go and have trust in the water to carry you. And anybody who has ever floated in in water knows. Once you let go and stop thinking about it, you're completely fine. And that's when you start to float. It's when you stop, think, and try to rationalize how this water is carrying you. Your fear of the water, that is when you sink. Nature
that's for real. Y'all let me know if y'all feel that. Nah, I feel that for real.
Really is one of the greatest teachers.
One of the most important things to being successful is listening. It's listening and watching.
Another reason a lot of people let thinking get in their way is due to the rationalization and being comfortable in the rationalization of oneself. The natural limitations that you put on yourself. You don't even know how far you're gonna go in this life. And more times than not, the only thing that limits you are the only limitations you put on yourself. I say all the time, I feel like if we stopped telling kids that they couldn't fly, eventually kids would start flying. Your mind, the same as the universe, isn't some machine that goes, this is right, this is wrong, but it is rather a well that takes in what it is told, actions and thoughts included, and puts it back out with that exact same force. One person that has mastered—
Nigga, we start flying one day, I'm pissed. If I'm not here, if they figure out how to make us keep living forever and ever, and I'm not here, I'm pissed. I'm mad. I ain't gonna lie, I'm upset. I'm upset. Nigga, I'm pissed.
Not thinking and rationalizing and putting limits on themselves is one of the biggest streamers in the world, Kai Cenat.
Kai, where's your YouTube channel? I got one thing to say. Welcome to my YouTube channel!
One thing about Kai that has always stuck out to me about him was the spontaneity of his art. Even really down to the way he came up. Kai would make Instagram skits and YouTube videos mainly in high school, which gained a little bit of traction since, you know, everybody in New York knows everybody. But he realized in his senior year that he needed to take this content creation thing serious. So he made a vow to himself that he would post on YouTube every other day and post a skit every day on Instagram. And he did exactly that. If you go to Kai Cenat's Facebook page, you can literally see him posting a skit and YouTube video almost every single day for a year straight. Some did good, some did bad, some were cringy, some were funny. And he built a decent platform from doing these skits, ding dong ditch videos blowing up on his channel, and he recently started linking up with his soon-to-be household name group AMP. But he still wasn't one of the biggest streamers in the world. He was just a successful content creator at this point. Until that one day.
From 1 to 10, like from 1 to 10.
Okay, first of all, it don't matter. I'm a girl. I'm gonna say all girls are cute. Like, that's not even, like, accurate.
Oh
my.
Yep.
Oh, just a side, you dirty. I'm gonna say shout out to Maury Van Rap. See that, you dirty mother. Why you got rap in your crib? What? What's up? Why is there raps in your crib, Kyle? Talk to me. Talk to me.
I don't know, bro.
So in 1 year, you became
After this clip went viral, Kai Cenat officially became one of the most iconic streamers the industry has seen and started his climb to the top. And well, y'all know the rest of that story. But the same as Michael
Jackson. I ain't gonna lie, people in New York really are used to living with rats. That's crazy. It's not against the people in New York, that it's just where a lot of rats are at. But I can't imagine just being used to that. Like, that's crazy. Let me know if you live in New York.
Jackson. Notice how the thing that sent him over the top into his stardom, his most iconic clips are of him not thinking. They are very spontaneous and they kind of just happen to him.
You good? You good? Bae, you good?
Shit. What's up? It's on the phone. Nick, listen. Talk about
the blood clot is. Oh, you mean with the blood clot? You see what me I do? She didn't put the phone with that real general. No, put him up on the phone now. Put him on the bomber clot. Now.
He was just floating, being himself. By not forcing the viral moment, the universe naturally brings them. You ever tried to be funny around a group of people and it's just awkward because it's not funny? Versus when you're just in your element, you just talking your shit, you just joking, and the jokes just flow so well. When you chase the dog of ideas, it's in its nature to naturally run away. The grandest, most iconic moments, songs, and content is not well thought out or completely planned out most of the times in the beginning. More times than not, it is rather stumbled upon. The same way your best friend or partner, you end up meeting them one day because you happen to be late to class, or you sat in the wrong seat, or you randomly go into a store one day. Divine timing, some call it. The other,
I do get that. More recently, for me, is like kind of with this channel, I would just start posting back again, and ain't nothing crazy happening, but some of the videos that end up doing like better than I would think would just be the ones I just recorded, not thinking that, oh, this one was gonna do good. and it'll do good. And I'm like, I literally just recorded, like, I gotta get a vid out. I need to get a vid out. You know, I'm working with you. I need to get a vid out. Ooh, let's react to this, because I was about to watch that video anyway. So I'm like, let me react to it, and then that would go crazy. Oh, crazier than what I thought it was gonna go. So I'm like, oh damn. So I relate to it on that.
Big reason you must not think, and one of the most important, is due to the dichotomy of your self-image. As I said before, the limitations you have are the ones you put and think about yourself. Your perception of what you believe about yourself in your own life is what the world and people will reflect onto you. One thing I want y'all to realize is the most famous rich person y'all look up to and you wish you had their life, understand that they were once just like you. The spotlight, the money, the validation is a reflection of something that changed on the inside, not the outside. And once you apply that basic principle, you will realize there is nothing you can't have, because you don't even think that there is anything you can't have. You naturally feel like you can have anything. A perfect example of this is Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Now, yes, we have all heard about—
Boy, even say he even got to say, I completely agree. He brought up MJ, the GOAT. Yeah, for sure.
About the infamous story of Michael Jordan getting cut in 10th grade from his varsity team and getting sent down to JV. He was 5'10" at the time, and coaches didn't see too much of a promising future of him besides him just being a key role player. And with his parents being 5'10" and 5'5", it didn't seem like he had much growing to do either. But Michael Jordan thought different of himself. He didn't care about the limitations.
I ain't gonna lie, it ain't got no thinking to do with you sprouting a 6'6", boy, because I get where he going though. I'm just trolling, but if it got something to do with thinking, hey, I would have been 7'8" in this month. I would have been 7'8". That is I didn't get that gross, bro. If neither one of his parents, that meant his stuff kicked in late too, for real. 6'6".
That the coaches put on him for just being a short role player, but also he didn't care about the same limitations that his parents' genetics put on him height-wise. Call me crazy, but I believe Michael Jordan was so delusional that he willed the body, height included, that he needed to accomplish his dreams. Because when you try to think about it logically and rationalize it, when you try to look at yourself and go, that's not possible, because when you try to think about it logically and rationalize it, he wasn't supposed to be nowhere near his height. None of his brothers even touched 5'9". When you think about it, it wasn't supposed to happen that way. All of the signs were saying this ain't for—
At this point, I'm gonna just give it up to God. At this point, I'm giving it up to God, because it don't make sense. I ain't know that about his brothers though. That none of them even. That's crazy. I'm taller than his brothers. That's insane.
For you. If he thought about it, he would have logically told himself that rationally this was not possible. And a lot of people in that same position, no matter what it is in life, I'm gonna say 99% of people will succumb and continue to fall for that rationalization of thinking. Some people will say that's because he's 1 in a million, that he made it through and he accomplished and he growed that tall. But why is he 1 in a million? Because he believed. He didn't think. Because thinking requires logical proof to back it up. Belief and faith requires none of that.
Hey, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that 100%. I gotta remind myself of that every day as a Christian, for sure. Cause a lot of this stuff don't be making logical sense sometimes. Boy, I'd be upset. Gotta keep the faith though.
Believe that he was good enough to make it to the NBA, and after practice, confidence in applying it, the world believed it too. His mind made his body believe it too, and made him grow.
Determination, what your motives are, what your ambitions were from the beginning. It's been a lot of soul searching in terms of it's easy to sit back and say, well, I've given my best. I'm tired. Somebody else got to do it or whatever. I didn't take that approach. I thought positively and said, whatever I could do, every little inch of energy that I have, I'm gonna try to provide for this team. I mean, if you give up, then they give up. So I didn't want to give up. No matter how sick I was, or how tired I was, or how, low on energy I was, I felt the obligation, to my team, to the city of Chicago, to go out and give that extra effort.
For these things to work, you most importantly have to have a love for—
Man, that Loki put a little battery in my back. I ain't gonna lie.
What you're doing. Each one of these individuals had a love for the thing they were doing, even when it was not working or it didn't look promising. And that's because love isn't thinking, it's in trusting, knowing, feeling. It's why Mama Lion
I just noticed that he put Castanet in the same realm as MJ and MJ. That's crazy company to have, bruh. Castanet he about to be part of that's crazy company to have. He kind of already a part of it, but I just thought about that for a second. Like, that's some crazy company to be a part of.
Die protecting her cub the same way your mom would for you. And only one of those creatures, us being the humans, have the ability to critically think and rationalize. It's why a mom can see a car on her baby and through brute strength lift it up. Love. It's the pure love that radiates through us all. It connects us. It requires no thinking. That alone will continue to fuel the fires of our souls and allow us to receive what is needed on our journeys. And that is the true art of not thinking.
Amazing video by Alex the Virgo. Y'all go support his channel and everything he got going on. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts. Y'all stay blessed, and until next time, peace.